So here's some tips on baiting and luring your dog. So here's the first tip. Let's just say that you want to get one dog particularly better at getting into positions by using baits and lures. The first thing to do is to work the dog in an environment that's easy. So here you can see this environment. I've got 1, 2, 3 dogs they're very interested in what I have. It's going to be difficult for your dog to concentrate if there's a lot of distractions in the environment. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get out all of the things in your environment that are actually going to compete with your ability to bait and lure your dog well. Okay, so now I've gotten the other 2 dogs out of the environment. I have the 1 dog that I want to work on baiting and luring. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to use things that are highly valuable. I've got a whole hot dog that I'm not going to cut up, that's going to go in my hand, that I'm going to use for baiting and luring. I've also got a baggie of frozen bilgejack that I'm going to be using to bait and lure my dog as well. The other thing that I'm going to do is I want to make it easy for myself, and so I've got one of my training vests. I'm going to use my training vest. You could use a pouch, you could put it in your pockets, but I think the training vest makes it a lot easier to be able to dispense the rewards and for me to really focus on my luring. So here we go. Got the hot dog, gonna drop that into one pocket, and then I've got the bilgejack, and I'm gonna drop that into the other pocket. I don't like working the dog, right out of a plastic bag, so I'm gonna take the bilgejack and I'm gonna dump it right in there. Yes, you're gonna have to wash your vest more, you're gonna have to wash your apron more. So look, let's just start with the hot dog. I'm gonna take it, put it into my hand, and the first thing I wanna do is I might start shaking it to get the eyes activated, but I wanna get it within an inch or 2 of the nose, and then just start feeding the dog. What I want to do here as I'm feeding the dog is I want to feel the dog pushing into my hand, and then watch this move. I'm going to take my right leg and move it back, but I'm really moving as I feel the dog pushing into me. Now he pushed pretty hard there, and you saw me jerk because he bit my hand. That's going to happen some when you're baiting and luring your dog, but you want to help them by getting a feel. What I find a lot of people do is that they're moving their hand way too rapidly. So I bring that food, and then I just begin to move the dog as I keep the food as close to the dog's nose as possible. And here, if you've got a beginner dog that needs help with baiting and luring, I try to feed them along the entire time. So now I've taken the food into my, oh, he got me good. He's bleeding a little bit. So now I'm gonna take the food right to his nose. I'm gonna begin to guide him forward, get him into the position, and I'm gonna feed him there. Now let's just say that I wanna create heel position, and I wanna create the position where the dog is in the middle. Gonna take him, move him, keep the foods close to his nose, bring him in position and feed. And so then if I want to draw him into, if I want to put him in between my legs, I'll just feed him, and then I'm just gonna mount the dog and reinforce him there. Now, I'm explaining a lot of this. If I wasn't explaining, I would also be using my voice. Good boy, Jericho. You're a good boy. Take the food, get it to his nose, feel him get connected with the food, move him into position. As he gets there, good boy. So the hot dog can be really valuable. Good job, Jericho. Take the next piece. And see here, he's already showing me that he's not so interested in it. And if I can't create any interest, I'm not gonna start moving the piece of food until he does. Now, I can animate myself some more. Hey! But I'm still trying to keep the food within an inch or 2 of the dog's nose. Hey, buddy, you ready, buddy? Come on, buddy. You want the food? You want the food? So there you can see I'm kind of struggling getting him going, okay? There we go, and it took several seconds, so sometimes it's gonna take that level of patience to get the dog moving to get into your lured position. Now here we're gonna try the bilgejack. Got the bilgejack, got it in my hand, gonna put it right to his mouth. Oh, a little bit more motivation for that one. Cool, I've got him there. Here we go. Gonna get him there. Gonna mount the dog. Good, and I'm really feeling him push into my hands and getting the food. Good dog, Jericho. There he's still pushing, 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 and I'm feeding. And he's pushing, so there we go, good. Create my sit right there. He sits, good boy. Okay. Want him to back up, get the food underneath him, back up a little bit. Good boy. Come back in again with the food. Back him up some more. Good boy, Jericho. Get another one, create my sit, he does it. Good boy, that's a good dog. Just being mindful of keeping that food within an inch or two of his nose to do it. Now, as my dog gets better and better, I'm gonna be able to move faster and faster and faster and get them to do the things that I want them to do. Good job, Jericho, you're being a good boy. Here we go. He comes along. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good dog, Jericho. Here we go. Got him there. Got him going, got him going, got him going. There we go. Pull him up. Here. Good boy. Good dog, Jericho. Now we're gonna do a right-handed heel, keeping it close, drawing him around. Get him there. Yeah, good boy, Jericho. And the whole time that I'm doing that, I'm really trying to get a feel for the dog in my hand, that physical connection, so that way he can understand, like, so that way I can know that he's actually being lured. The mistake again is to have the food so far away. I really want to have it in a bubble, like right there, right next to his nose. And then he, as the dog shows the motivation, see how I move him there? That's going to be the key to that. Now, if your dog isn't motivated by that, you're going to have to switch and you're going to have to find something that actually is motivating for the dog. So if you get it to their nose and they don't respond within, 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, then it probably isn't that good of a motivator. Good boy, Jericho.